McAuliffe as Marguerite and Derek Jacobi as Albie.
They say everybody, as they're dying, hears music. But do we all hear the same music? And who's playing? What instruments? And where? Is it ever singing? Oh, look, I've still got his gloves. Oh, no. Leather, of course. They might have a name tag. He'd be the sort to have a name tag. Then we'd have a name. Finest leatherware. Bewdley's of Newcastle. Established 1786. Well, that's no help. Oh, help.
She can go straight to hell. She can fry. I'm on to pastures new. I'm going to live. As it happens, I've been thinking about upgrading my music system. It's the Lexicon DC-1. You see, to say that home electronics has evolved in the last few years is something of an understatement. 30 years ago, quality home music listening centred typically on a turntable, with perhaps one or two other signal sources, an amplifier, manually operated, of course, and a pair of loudspeakers. In the 1970s, the industry dabbled with matrix or subcarrier-based multi-channel audio, but that turned out to be a short-lived diversion. The watershed was crossed in 1983 with the introduction of the compact disc, Ba-Boom, which almost simultaneously ushered in the concept of remote control. Wallop! Talk about a life-changing epiphany! For many of us in the music-listening game, the fundamental revelation was the freedom from the tyranny of the stylus, from the tricky business of manoeuvring this miniature component in and out of your record grooves, perhaps several times during the course of, say, Turandot. Oh, there, you see? On vinyl, you're changing from disc 1 to disc 2 halfway through. Terrible. But, significantly, CD was a signal source that could be controlled, precisely and in every detail, from the comfort of the listening chair. Historically, high fidelity lacked that flexibility. Not anymore, chum. Multi-room systems are now available, which allow the music to follow you seamlessly through the house, instead of pinning you to a single hot seat. That's one factor in me leaving you, Albie, she said, along with your eating. What tipped me over into action? This, as she slams the keys to the deep freeze on the kitchen table. You and your opera and your appetite was just about bearable when you and it were just in your room, but now it and you are all over my bloody maisonette. Cow. Well, listen to this. Cow. Take it away, Puccini, lad. Upper passage. Go on, Turandot, into every damn corner. Just me and the music and eating anything I damn well please now.
OK, I can trace this back to source, this left holding the gloves pickle. Listen, after Mum had finally died, I just stayed in watching videos over and over again, just the happy endings ones, and You know in Pretty Woman when Richard Gere picks up Julia Roberts, who's a prossy, but you know her heart's not in it because she's prettier and cleverer and has much better fashion sense than the other prossies. She just got into it because 1, she has low self-esteem, 2, her boyfriends have never respected her, and 3, she has to pay the rent in LA. And Richard needs a no-strings complication-wise type of thing while he's in town doing some big sod-off business. So he offers her $3,000 for the week. And she thinks she can use that to better herself by going back to school. So she says, OK, I'll do anything you want, only there's one thing I won't do, and that's kiss on the mouth. So that's going to become an issue, right? But anyway, as time goes on, and he buys her nicer clothes, and everybody they meet, hotel staff, top posh guys, important people, really like her. So he realises, with dawning respect, that she's a really special person with a lot of special gifts. Yeah? Yeah? So he takes her on this big surprise, and she's in this long red dress that's drop sleeves, low cleavage, and it's practically sprayed on, it's so tight. And she's got her hair scraped and sculpted up into a very elegant swirly style, and long, long white gloves too, above the elbows. Lovely. And he's lent her a diamond choker, and he's gone, look in there, and then snap, he closes the case on her hand, and she's like, oh! And then it's like white stretch limo, private jet. Pilot, the weather's clear to San Francisco, we should be there in 50 minutes. And he's taking her to the opera. Yeah? 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 And in the seats she's, wow, gee, look at this. And they're sitting in the best box. And she's, how will I understand it? You say it's in Italian. And Richard Gere says, oh, believe me, Vivian, that's her name, Vivian. Believe me, Vivian, you'll understand it. The music's very powerful. Then it gets dark, and the opera starts. Yeah? 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 And she just smiles. She's in it, like listening, rapt, and listening anxious, and listening upset. And a hand in this long white glove clenches upon a balcony rim, and she looks at Richard, then back, and her eyes are wet with tears. And then, near the end, she's like, watching, rapt, tears streaming down her face. And Richard turns to check her out, and he's like, hey, I've got to take this relationship seriously now, because she totally gets opera. And he's, hello? And then it's finished, and and everybody in the place is, bravo, bravo, bravo! Yeah? 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 Well, for one, I reckon that's the moment when, although he doesn't admit it till the end of the film, he realises she's good enough for him, and falls completely and utterly in love with her. And 2, that's what got me into opera. And 3, at the end of the day, left me here with his gloves.
1 king prawn dubiazza, 1 chicken korma, 1 egg fried rice, 1 sagaloo, 1 mutton paneer, and a naan. No, keema. And some poppadoms. 6. Yes, okay? Read that back to me. I'll show her eating. And I understand that comes with a free soft drink? Regular Coke. Plus a complimentary side dish? Onion bhaji. And you'll deliver to my usual address... 15 minutes! Tip-top. I've no complaints about the lexicon, DC1, but listen to what it says in Your House, Your Music magazine. An introduction to multi-room systems. The quality of DC1 sound is little short of stunning. No component I've heard can match the depth of DSP ambience processing, user customization, and flexibility of the DC1. Impressive, yeah? It gets better. The best digital surround processor to date at any price. A sublime sound that only a handful of companies, the globe over, can hope to match. When our DC1 was showered with rave reviews, we were flattered, but not surprised. And now the new DC2 is ready for you. Order form? All right, bring it on. There's going to be bigger voices around here, better voices. Oh, the food's arrived. And feasts. Bring it on.
You think it's easy getting into opera? Yeah? 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 Dream on. My video store has 1 video in foreign and art. La Boheme. I take it out. I think that can't be what Julia Roberts saw, what Julia heard. La Boheme. Crap sound, crap scenery, crap old fat folk singing stuff at each other. So I get Mum's leisure card. I'm down the library. Me? Library. There's a CD. Don Giovanni. Mozart. £1 for 3 weeks. Not going to break the bank if it's doo-doo, is it? It's quite pretty. Sort of saying, come on, come to me. Oh, woman now, she's interested. She's definitely in yes mode. It's really... wow! Sexy! I wonder what the flipping heck they're going on about. Fast forward. It's like he's saying, come to me. Come on, darling. I'll give you a good time. What do you say, darling? What do you say? What it was going on about. I just knew I had to go to the real opera, whatever it took. I just knew I had to be there, live.
Yes, I'd like the crispy aromatic duck. No, not the quarter, Twollock, the half. 4 prawn satay, 4 beef satay, 4 chicken satay, roast pork chow mein, and sweet and sour king prawn balls. And 2 portions sticky fried bananas in the toffee. Yeah, usual address. I need a good big nosh if I'm assembling the whole DC Lexicon 2 package tonight. OK, instructions. Hello, what's this? Special announcement. For an exciting opportunity available only to the new Lexicon DC2 user, open this envelope marked Offer Voucher. It might be a state-of-the-art remote. Our safe and smart music voucher guarantees you the opportunity to become a regular visitor at the opera. As a new user of the Lexicon DC2, you must take advantage of this unmissable opportunity. That'd teach her. Every week. Oh, I've got an outside commitment. She rings up. I'm not in. She's... Where the hell is he? She's perplexed. She rings again. Next morning, she wants to know where I was. I go, I go to the opera regularly now.
Whenever Mum had to go to chemo, I'd say, King and I, Mum, Deborah Carr, sticky out frock, and we'd both be, whenever I feel afraid, I hold my head erect and whistle a happy tune, so no one will suspect I'm afraid. Oh, just do it. Walk that last mile. Make that call. Come on. You're Deborah Carr. Oh, while shivering in my shoes, Come on. Meet the King of Siam. Oh, I strike a careful pose.
You have reached the box office of the Royal Opera House.
Oh.
If you would like to hear information about this week's performances, press 1.
No, I know what I want.
To book these or request other information,
no, am I?
please hold.
Do I? Oh.
If you have already heard our data protection message...
What's data protection? Oh, and what with me doing my Deborah Carr and singing a happy tune.
Organisations whose work we think would interest you.
And all the listening and number pressing.
Not to receive information,
no.
or receive details only about the Royal Opera House, please inform the sales assistant who will be talking to you shortly.
It's very simple. I just want some bloody tickets.
Hello, can I help you?
Oh, I get the sales assistant. And he's so nice and helpful, and I'm so bloody Deborah Carr by this time, I'll sign up for a season of tickets. Thank you very much, Your Majesty. Oh, Mother, I think I've got to go every week. I'm going to have to redial, find out what's on.
You have reached the box office of the Royal Opera House. If you would like to hear details of our forthcoming season, press 4.
The Ring Cycle.
La Traviata.
Oh, La Boheme.
Peter Grimes.
When I'm on the tube going to my first opera, I'm not sure that what I'm wearing is right and people are staring. Not sure why. So, in my head, I'm doing that bit in Sound of Music when Maria's left the convent, she's got a guitar and she's wearing these old cast-off clothes. So, what will this day be like? I wonder. What will my future be? I wonder. And I'm courageously walking down the sunlit Salzburg streets, splashing the Salzburg fountain, getting on the bus, riding the bus, and I have confidence in sunshine, I have confidence in rain. And then suddenly, I'm there, the theatre thing. But I've just reached. They will look up to me and mind me, and I'm through the foyer thingy, and I'm past the ticket taker man, and I'm in. J21.
J22.
I wonder who'll sit next to me.
I'm hoping for an aisle seat, but no.
I'm hoping a businessman that honed Armani suit.
Aisles, very cramped.
Please don't let it be this one, huffing and puffing around the...
She's a ridiculous woman in a cheap red, what would you call it? A ball gown.
Business suit, but Burton tailoring, crumpled like an old crisp packet.
Big hair piled up, big jingly jangling necklace, long white gloves. Oh, behave.
That's my seat.
He's a big fat slob. He's eating... What are they? Rolos. Next time I come, fingers crossed, I'll get Richard Gere.
I'll read my programme.
I'll just read my programme. Der Ring das Nebel N. Oh, crikey.
Wagner. He was plagued by ill health. Time and again he exposed himself to the cures beloved of continentals, cold baths in midwinter,
Sulphur cures in Albie's Brunn.
the waters in Saint Moritz.
He had stomach, skin and nervous ailments. Oh, poor thing.
The skin on his face broke out no less than
13 times with
erysipelas. The truth was he was trying to begin a composition, but simply did not know how to start a work of such dimensions. He decided to go to Italy.
The sun might cure him.
He went via Bern,
Geneva.
Chambéry,
August 24th, he reached Turin.
Genoa.
By boat to Spezia.
There, the miracle happened.
His first sight of the blue Mediterranean.
The sensitive caress of its balmy zephyrs on his oversensitive skin.
The easygoing ways and the casual nightlife of Italy, with its emphasis on relaxation,
All seemed to act as a release on his pent-up musical powers that had certainly been at work consciously within him.
He took a long walk,
He tried to sleep a little on the daybed in his room.
but slipped into a trance-like state and...
The rushing and roaring shaped itself into the chord of E-flat major in my imagination, billowing in incessant broken chords, whose melodic figurations gained increasing motion but never changed, creating the feeling that I was sinking, with waves rushing past high above my head. Interesting.
Oh, lights dimming. I think it's starting.
I awoke in terror. Then I realised that this was the orchestral prelude to Das Rheingold. Very interesting.
I wish Mum was here.
If she was here, she'd grab hold of my hand. I'd say, behave.
Just like Richard Gere says, the music is very powerful. But I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't... Oh. It's the dawning of time. Imagining early, very early. This is where we start. Prehistorical slime. It's swirling about you. It's in your head, your eyes, your body, ears, nostrils, eyes. Actually, what's happening is you're becoming slime. You're slime again. Your whole body is oozing out of your seat, has slimed away towards somewhere. We're no longer in the theatre place, except we are as well. We're all curling, oozing, spinning, bally thing of slime. And meteors of light begin to hit the mud. The slime is turned to watery light. I can feel it in me. It turns to water. Tiny little swimmy-shaped things. Things form. Life. Oh! I get it!
I recognised then that the stream of life was to flow through me from within, and not into me from outside myself. I must have beauty, brilliance, light, and the world ought to provide me with what I need. Oh, yes, I get it.
need to read up on operas.
I should be informed.
Library, leisure card.
Web, Amazon.
Here we are.
The Opera Companion. A wonderful introduction for the new opera-goer. Good enough. This book
The Bumper Book of Operatic Disasters. Oh, interesting.
provides any reader with the information necessary to go to any opera and find it at least interesting, if not enjoyable.
Carmen, Heidelberg.
By information, I mean such simple things as...
The conductor, Ian Reid, recalls, when I conducted Carmen in Heidelberg, Don José discovered too late that he had forgotten to bring the knife on stage to stab Carmen in the last scene.
The definition of a baritone or a lyrico spinto.
He decided to strangle her instead.
How a singer makes a noise and an orchestra tunes.
The girl playing Carmen thought he had gone insane and fought back like a tigress.
And some history of such diverse things
Somehow she managed to go on singing
as
throughout a prolonged and somewhat muted
the clack and castrati.
strangulation.
Very interesting.
Well, that's not very funny.
14th of March, La Traviata.
Upside, with the offer, you get the same seat every time, so you're not going in the wrong door or having to look at seat numbers or row letters. You're not rattled by all that.
Same seat every time's good. Central for ambient listening. Replicate your in-home listening.
Downside is I'm always next to him. Soon as it goes dark, soon as he can, it's the elbow on the armrest. It's...
She spreads.
Even if I'm first, even if I've come earlier and established that this time I need the armrest, he's...
See? 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 Spreading.
jostling. Move your bloody arm.
Move your bloody elbow. Oh,
Slob.
pillock. Music.
I don't always go out at the interval. Captain Armrests always does. Fuel up. Oh, there's men writing notes. Why? Critics. There's a couple, I think he comes from the office, because he's always got that big briefcase. She's got stiff hair, like Margaret Thatcher used to. The two men. One's a lot younger. Him who comes in a kilt. I think he's got to be homosexual. There's a gorgeous chap, usually on the front row, brings a little lad. I think he might be a widower, like in Sleepless in Seattle. La Boheme. July. That heat wave. Call me crazy, but interval. I have an ice cream.
I have my usual. All of the 2 rounds, smoked salmon, half bottle of the Pinot Grigio.
The woman with the Margaret Thatcher hair is having her chocolate one in her seat, so I figure I can have my strawberry. Watch out for Mr. Gorgeous Widower and Cute Son.
I come back, the nightmare's eating a great ice cream.
Salmon breath pushes past as usual.
Oh!
Sorry.
Sorry. Of course, the music. Well, it's love. Young love. Which is all really sex. Be honest. Harmony is love-making, isn't it, really? Fingers on strings, moist mouths on slender reeds. I mean, blowing down horns. The sounds. They're making love to you, aren't they? Searching out your openings. After your ears and your mouth and, honestly, the pinprick holes in your nipples, girls. It comes up your bottom. Opera. I mean, it goes in your ears, but passes through your heart, on its way down to you. Down to you. Oh, excuse me. Knickers. I mean, Rodolfo's just a singing Willy. All of which makes me forget where I am, what I've got in my hand, how hot it is.
Suddenly, I feel something wet and sticky.
Uh-oh.
On my thigh.
Ice cream.
Best trousers.
I pretend I don't notice.
She's oblivious. I could die of pneumonia.
I'm for it now. I sit through the rest of La Boheme thinking he's going to kill me.
I sit through the rest of La Boheme thinking I'm going to kill her.
Throttle me.
Drown her in the Rhine.
Stab me.
Throw her over some battlements.
I can't concentrate at all on the music.
I'm so furious when I get home. I'd like the American hot double crust with the cheese filling. And some garlic bread. 2 portions.
I'm so upset. When I get home, I have to watch Charade. Cary Grant and Audrey Hepburn. And at a door, Audrey says to him, "You know what's wrong with you?" Cary goes, "What?" And she goes, "Absolutely nothing." And closes the door, smiling gamminely on him in his lovely grey suit. I wish Cary Grant sat next to me.
I wish just once they'd remember I said double pepperoni portions. And then I get on the internet to change my seat.
And then I ring up to change my seat.
Excuse me. F13. Peter Grimes.
Peter Grimes. They only had one seat. F14.
It's unbelievable.
Oh, no! Nightmare!
Peter Grimes.
The moot hall of a fishing village on the east coast, about 1830. An inquest is being held about Grimes' apprentice who died at sea. The villagers crowding the hall.
suspect Grimes, tenor,
of having caused the boy's death.
Peter Grimes, Peter Grimes, Peter Grimes.
I always buy a programme. Always. Not everybody bothers. But at the end of the day, I like to know who's who. What's what. The artistic team members. I generally leave it on the seat. Keep it flat.
That couple, her with the Margaret Thatcher hair and him with his briefcase, always sweep past. His briefcase knocks Captain Armrest's programme off, so I get down to pick it up, like a bloody miner under the seats. I try to straighten it out. Oh, look. They used 48 square yards of gold leaf on the back panel of that tomb in Norma.
I come back, second interval, Peter Grimes, and she's...
I'm sorry. I hope you don't mind. I was just looking at your programme.
No, at all. All right.
Oh.
If you want to read one, buy one. She gets home, she won't remember a single detail. I'd been, as usual before, to Barton's Burgers. I'd had the cheeseburger, fried potato skins, a bit greasy. Relish tray was sticky. I complained again. Couple of Michelops and the cheesecake, dry. I thought my interval sandwiches, wine would settle it. Then I come back, nightmares scrunched up my programme. Stomach does a great flip. Felt I needed a big... tightness in the...
Immediately, it's the elbows war.
I need to stretch.
He's got F13, now he's fighting it out for F14.
Suddenly, this dreadful pain.
He suddenly threw his head back, bellowed out a wordless roar that seemed to rise up out of his throat from somewhere deep inside his chest.
Oh! It's like in my chest. Like I'm being hit by a big hammer and stabbed with a great knife, both at the same time.
It's all that fatty food.
Oh, I can taste iron. Oh! Oh!
He's out of his seat. He's clutching his chest and making for the exit.
Lady, they are nearly home. The first one died. He just died.
He's left his programme. And his gloves. Oh, what should I do? Poorly folk always get rattled if they lose their stuff. Marguerite, I'm in radiology. Where's my knitting? So, I pick up all his mess and follow him out. Excuse me. Thank you. Oh, yeah.
It's... my heart!
He curls his fists into a tight ball and hits his balled fists hard with shocking force against the front of his chest.
Oh! God! God!
And then he grabs my arm like a vice.
I have to hold on to something. To something alive.
Give me your hand.
He has my arm. I can't prise it loose. I tried to say, are you all right? Can I... Oh, what can I do?
Somebody's looking at me. Somebody's talking to me. Who is that? Who's she?
He's like looking right into my face. It's me. I sit next to you. J21 F14.
I can't hear anything. I can't hear.
His head goes up. He lifts it. His head. It's like he hears something a long, long way away.
Oh. Yeah. What is that? I think I'm on the sea. A curving shoreline. A white beach, white sand. A boat in the distance. On the horizon. on the very horizon. I need to turn up the music. I can hardly hear it.
We've come to take you home.
He takes one great, long, gurgling breath. Then all goes very quiet. He's still, eyes closed, but behind the lids, his eyes are moving.
There's people. Lots. Standing on the shore. Where is she? I swim. Oh, it's so cold. I'm nearly there. There's something on the sand. Something fluttering. A baby bird? It's my heart. I have to tell her about my heart. I open my mouth, and I'm singing. I never knew I could sing.
None shall sleep now. None shall sleep now. In your cold room, O princess, you still awake and restless, gaze at the starlight that throbs with love and yearning, with love and yearning.
And in that second, and I'm a bit of an expert in this, he dies, I think. Is anybody here a doctor? Mr. Gorgeous Widower just stands there. Margaret Thatcher Hare says he looks terribly poorly. The puff in the kilt turns out to be, yes, I'm a doctor, stand back. Feels his neck, here. Somebody says, ambulance is here. It's the man with the briefcase. And somebody, audience, programme sellers, paramedics, a crowd, take him out to... There's an ambulance, double parked. And they say, would you like to ride with him? Just like casualty. Well, it didn't seem the thing to say. No, he's nothing to do with me. We just sit next to each other at the... So I... In the ambulance, Dr. Kilt says, it's desperate, I'm going to do something. He's got a scalpel thing off the paramedic, and it gets all ER. But the dead man, I think, doesn't realise, because he suddenly throws back his head once more and stares up at the ceiling of the ambulance with glassy, unseeing stare of dead, open eyes, roars out to like the distant heavens, a dreadful, rasping whoop, like the hounds of hell were barking. It was his way of saying, stop, stop, stop. I really think you always get to decide, finally, yourself. You let the air go, the breath. Woof. It's gone. Mum comes into my head. Mum. I saw her do it. Decide, even weak as she was. Decide. Do it. Same with him. But not till the very, very, very end. Oh, I must have picked up his gloves. We're stuck in traffic. So, I sing to him. I wish I'd learned some opera, all those goodbye bits, Mimi, Violetta, Tosca, Norma. That would be his choice, obviously. But all I can do is this. The hills are alive with the sound of music, with songs they have sung for 1,000 years. Nobody joins in, but I persevere. The hills fill my heart with the sound of music. My heart wants to sing every song it hears. Hospital. Someone says, "Is he your husband?" I'm holding his gloves. No, I say. It's like a bit from a video. He's nothing to do with me. Really. I see him at the opera.